Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Evan, and I've been a DJ for quite a long time. And what I'm going to show you today are the differences between a couple of carts. One cart that I've had for a long time, probably about 5 years now, and then another cart that I just got yesterday. And so I'm going to show you that one, but first I'm going to show you my old one. And this is an Old Faithful cart. I think I got this on like Northern Tool or something like that. It's a website, Northern Tools or something along those lines. But it's not a bad little cart. That, it's done really well for me. The handle comes down and up like that. You press on this bar here. There's a bar, spring loaded, and in order to put the handle up, and there you got your cart, right? Now this cart's probably a good 2 feet, maybe 2.5 feet wide or long, and then wide it's about another 1.5 feet. So that's the surface area you're working with. I can easily fit two RCF 315As on here, without a problem. And then I'll put like a bag, my tripod bag across the top, and I'll just pull it in like that. And as you can see on the bottom, you have 4 casters. These here turn, and then you have your stationary casters in the back. And it's your typical hand cart. Some smaller scale you might find in the parking lot at like a Home Depot, but it's just a smaller scale. And again, I think I got this at Northern Tool Company. So there's that. Okay, there's this cart here, and I don't remember how many pounds you can fit on this. But I have a couple of folded horn subwoofer. They're Sherwin Vega Earthquake Juniors, and I put one on here at a time, and I roll that around fine. I don't think it's going to collapse or anything. But you may just want to check the specs on it to see how much weight it can hold. But I put quite a bit of weight on this thing. Thing is, you got to be careful because it becomes a little top heavy. Okay, so there's that card. Now I'm going to show you this card. I just got this today. You got to excuse me today. It's my day off, so I'm not exactly dressed for YouTube money or anything like that. But this is my new card. This is called the Rock and Roller Multi-Cart R10. Okay, they have 2 other models that are newer. They have the R12, which takes these tires here. These are the R-Track tires that don't need air, and replaces the front casters with tires just like that for the front. So it's more of an all-terrain vehicle or cart. And then they have the R14, which just holds more weight. So as a side-by-side comparison, you can actually see that both carts are about the same length as far as putting stuff on them. In fact, they're almost exactly the same length. So whatever I can put on that one right there, I can put on this at that length, and I wouldn't have any problems with anything falling off the end of it, because that's the length that I'm used to. Because I have a light box that fits on that one, and then I put my speakers on top of that, and then I roll it in like that, so it's not back heavy at all. But there's a couple of things. Now, one of the other things to indicate here is that this is a good 3 inches taller than that cart. And that cart, I think I remember right, it was like 30 or 40 bucks, I think. This one is $160. And You know, there's a couple of places online you can get them and everything. I think even Guitar Center sells these. So yeah, that's the difference in price. However, there are some things on this cart that are totally different from this other one. For instance, well, let's just get to the part that's obvious. There's a cable here that you pull, and you can actually turn this into just like a rolling cart if you want to. You know, you just roll stuff around on that. But then the next configuration, you pull this together, and it becomes a cart with a handle. And then you have the next configuration, whereas if you pull this up, right, then it turns into a rolling cart that has two handles on it. So if you stack stuff in there and you're going to go up a curb, you don't have to worry about your stuff falling off, which is a big problem that I had with that. If I was going up a curb, I had to be real careful how I did it. Usually I'd have to turn it around and go lift up from the back and then go forward. But I don't have to do that with this cart. So that's really cool. Let's see, the next configuration actually is if you press, or you can actually just extend this out, and it extends, and this is the R10, I think it's 55 inches. So in this instance, I'm able to carry a lot more gear into the venue. And I have a big lighting system, but then, well, the way my DJ systems are set up is that I offer packages. So, like I have my small package, which is just basically the PA system. But then I have my signature package, which includes all my lighting stuff. So, when I'm at an event, and you know, there's times when, gosh, it's probably 100 yards from where I'm starting from my vehicle all the way to the you know, where I need to set up. So being able to carry more stuff at one time is way better, which is a huge plus for this hand cart. And this is probably the configuration I'm going to use it most of the time in. You know, these tires here will never go flat, and the casters never go flat. And what's nice too is that these have brakes. So if you're up on a hill somewhere, you can just pop that brake on, you know, and it won't move unless you make it move. So it has brakes. To install the tires, they have a manual in there that, you know, like a set of instructions that'll teach you how to install the tires. But basically, you just have a washer, I think they're called lock nuts or lock washers. You screw that down with your caster and your nut. And then on the back, you have the hardware that comes with it, which includes a thin black plastic washer. You actually put that in before you put the tire on, and then you put your cotter pin around the axle that holds the wheel in. So that's what you get there. There's also another configuration as well. This is the configuration you can use if you're wanting to roll stuff into an event. It's sort of like a dolly, basically the dolly configuration. Okay. So, and then the next configuration also is obviously if you put, I'm not going to show it to you, but if you put bolt down, then it just becomes into a long cart. The next configuration that I find myself using often would be this configuration too. There are going to be times when I may have a long truss, you know, like a 6 foot, 7 foot truss, and I may need this configuration at times. Now, this is the only, I would give this thing 5 stars, you know, but this is the only problem that I have with it in this particular configuration. Now this is a continuous loop, and this is a straight bar, like a sort of a support bar that goes across the middle of the cart. When I push this all the way down, this handle hits that. And I can see problems with that. I can see this handle, you know, having a lot of weight on it and bending this bar, or causing, you know, shear problems here on this bar somehow. I think they could have better designed it so that either one, this middle bar, I don't know, maybe like a notch could be cut out of here, you know, or even a curve made or a square made that will allow this to sit flush across the bottom. You see how you have this sort of play right here? It's like a half inch here. And when you got gear sitting on top of that, you want to make sure that your gear is sitting flat. Other than that, I would give this thing 5 stars. I don't know if the new versions have remedied that problem. Maybe they have. I haven't researched those new versions with this particular problem in mind because I didn't realize that was an issue. It seems like they could have done a better job there. But don't deter yourself from getting one of these. I mean, most of the time I'm going to be using this configuration. And I'm sure, you know, unless they've remedied that problem with the R12 or the R14, then it probably shouldn't be an issue. You just spend a little bit more money and get those ones. I didn't get those ones because I didn't really care, you know. I was totally cool with this one. So yeah, those are the big differences between that cart and this cart. And I guess that's about it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm going to start taking this out on regular gigs and letting you know how much it supports. It's supposed to support 500 pounds. And it feels really sturdy, feels really strong. You know, that it would support 500 pounds. So, you know, only time will tell, and we'll see how it works out. So.